Okay, good evening. So today we will see the remaining part of the blog where we are adding styling. So final end product, what we will see is like from starting the final solution, the main.py. So we will see one by one what steps we have followed. So generally, if I just what started 5001. So just I will refreshing it again. So the blog should be something like this. Just change it to my name. So here it will be bootstrap, home, about, contact. So when we come to home, it goes to some whatever about.html whatever we have given. Contact details. We will see, and again we can navigate back to home. And here whenever we click on about this, it will redirect to the blog page. So all the data we get it from again endpoint.io where it's the API we have already discussed about that. So again I'm going back. So we have the same thing. The images is like we have directly given the image URLs in API itself. So it's rendering from the image URL. So let's one by one what exactly we have. The first thing is like we are using Jinja include to render templates. So it is like header and footer section we actually want on every page. For example, if we see here in whatever page we go, this header section, for example, it's navigation bar, and if I just scroll down and this footer section, it's like a website. So these two are common one. Whatever page we go, the two will be common across all the. So here, instead of rewriting the code multiple times, the header and footer section, what we can do is directly we can actually get all the data into header section data into header.html and footer section into footer.html, and we can this notations include notations in the main index.html page so that it automatically render from this header.html. Whatever pages is there, we don't need to write again and again the header and footer section, so it automatically renders. How will we, this is the documentation we have. Generally this is the here the documentation like sidebar.html, header.html. mm, yeah. So header and footer are the common sections, or something so we can have sidebars also. We can include whatever required as per our web page. So here we have given the steps also like one by one. So generally if we see the old index.html, so, so yeah. So here if you see the head section, and here what we have given head section and navigation code from HTML and place it in the header.html. So it's like we will be taking all this data from here to all navigation bar, navigation link also. Yeah, we will place it in header.html. So it is, yeah, something like this we will place here. But to render that, what exactly we have to? So just going to the solution index.html where the updated block solution. So you can see here in the flash updated block solution templates. So whenever we remove that header, we have kept this data in the header.html, the same data, and then we have included with the Jinja template. The same thing we can do for the footer also. The same thing we have given how to remove the footer. So here if you see here the footer section from here to here, right? Yeah, this section. You can actually remove that and keep it in the footer.html. So want to check. So in the solutions, it's so the same thing we have kept footer. So we have removed the total. In the index.html where exactly it is. So we have included footer.html. So it is nothing but what exactly it will do is the Flask framework. It consider this as HTML code and consider whenever we are rendering the index.html, it will fetch all the code from footer.html and header.html and consider it as one web page so that it displays all the data header and footer.html. So now, yeah, whatever we done. So whenever we have changed that, and if we try to do that also, so it will work the same way. There is nothing change because we haven't changed any Python code also if we are entering index.html. Now we can see a header dot in footer.html. So now, so in the header.html, there will be generally so normal block navigation bar. If we see the old link, it will be there is a sample post. So we can delete this list item. So just we have given this list item. So just again in solution also if you see here there won't be that sample post list item. We have only form, about and content. Yeah. Can I comment it out or we can just delete. I just deleted a normal block. Yeah. So again I am just going back to header.html. Uh, yeah, about index.html as of now this is only extra we will be changing going forward all the header items and nav items. So the final again just check the home page and home page renders all this the data what we fetch from the APS. So yeah, the next we will see. So again we have to change modify about and contact us pages. So again if you see about.html, this is without buffer solution. So again, it is having all the header and footer data. So, but instead of that, we again whatever we will be doing the same thing to header.html and footer.html. We are including this, and here the main thing is like we have to give the data for the image. So we just remove this. We will be having only header item here. There is only assets, but it will be under static. So we are just doing the URL part, like for example, where the assets are there, and now the contact page also the same thing. So if you see the content.html, again we will be including header and footers section. We are not changing anything here. The forms we are including, and we just want the image section like static data. So dot slash we have given that. So before that, yesterday actually one thing is like in index.html we have changed few things, right? Okay, good. Yeah. So here we have directly given uh, static.css, style.css. So here we have used URL for this is best way of use. So instead of giving static directly, you can use the URL for static, and we can give after static. Static is like when inside the static folder where the next part where exact like. So the same we have given for Bootstrap also, like JavaScript also. URL for static. File just good. So yesterday what we have given the source directly dot slash. So both will work, but the best for using Jinja is the Jinja templating is like we have to use URL for JS.js. But again, this two goes into header.html and footer.html. So it is better. We will be using with all the static data something like this URL. So again, even in content.html, we gave the same thing. So we are not changing anything apart from HTML and like header.html, footer.html. We are not changing anything. So because again, this everything is repeated. So if you see to here, like from this section to this header section, that's one like nav section, everything is repeated. So the main header section here we are changing the background image, not I want to say we are changing the path of the background image in content.html. So, but here as of now we haven't updated main.py. So what we will be doing is if we go to the main.py, we have to render the about and content.html. So we have to do the both. So the same thing because we already did rendering of template. So here we are rendering template about.html, content.html. The same thing we have mentioned on the main.py also. So about link and content link is the header and footer. Yeah. So again, the same thing, the starting image of whatever we saw. So yeah, about me, contact me. So these are working fine. So if you exactly want to replicate, so just I'm going here into my main.py where are the yesterday what we have seen. So just I'm replicating only this. HTML, it should be empty. So data.html is on the solution. This is yeah. Yeah. But in index.html we already have data.html we have copied, so just we are removing this. So now we are using this implementation in the index.html page, and even content.html plus replacing this, and I am removing the code to navigation code. Even about that HTML, the same thing you can do. Include some different thing. So here we have it change dot slash static and save. And again I am removing footer section. So from here if I just remove footer, okay, just to be sure to .html. Okay, so as of now we haven't talked about forms, so we are not using forms. Now again we include .html. Here also we are just removing footer. Into the domain. Now, as of now, we haven't changed any data to get data from any of the APIs. So now just now if you see it is running on the 0, 0. As of now, we haven't. This will fail because we haven't worked on post.html as of now. So but okay, so I haven't saved it. So start refreshing it again. So now it should work. Just get a save. Okay. Okay, check what's happening. Doesn't stable. Okay. We have to modify the index.html page. Sorry. In the header.html page we have to modify. So it is unable to check this one. Okay. Upgraded template. I just copy it now. So this is again we are using Ginger templating your about. So yeah, no, I just want to refresh it. It should work. Yeah. Yeah. What we did is again we have given it is rendering, but we said to the Python code. So how where the HTML pages are content.html pages, and again we have used URL for about. So it is like whenever we go to the main code, so it is like it will search about, and in the templates folder first it will check for this HTML, and then it will contact check for this HTML. So we haven't changed anything. So we have missing this point. Modify the href using Flask URL for so the navigation by connecting points about the content. So in the href we have used URL for using the double flag bracket. So already we have learned this. The same thing we have did, and we have modified the header style attribute where we need to get the header. Again, the last time we fetched data from endpoint.io, if you have remember. Again, so this is the URL like endpoint.io where where we can paste our data and we can get the data. So something like this. So we have pasted the data here, and we have created again on API URL. So here last time the same thing, the data will be same, but the one thing it is changing is like we have given the image URL also in this data. So we have kept the PowerPoint itself, the data, but yeah, something. So when I double click on this, get the data, we'll update this image data also. So again, how to get the data by holding one variable from the ginger templating. So the first thing, we need to hit the APIs. For that, we have to add the request module. We have to import the request module, and we have to create our own endpoint link. So we have created our own endpoint link and updated, and we are storing that in a JSON format. So now again, we have to loop in all the data. Uh, Whatever we have the data into loop. So we have already written this kind of thing where for looping and for data, like for example this list value pairs for user and users. So something like this we have already written in the previous blog thing. So now we have to render it first in the post.html. So and we have to render all data whatever we are getting from the API. So yeah, it's a key value pairs like dictionary. So what we are doing, the first thing we are passing is in the index.html, we are passing all post, whatever the data we are getting, we are passing it all post variable. And then here we are changing these things like, so here just I have changed the heading. So generally it will be normal heading. For example, if you see it's a clean bootstrap, clean blog, a blog, theme by bootstrap, something like that, just I change the heading. And I have changed the background image also from splash. So you can create your own image also, like you can create, and we can just use that image URL. So this is the URL we have used for our background. We can go to splash.com. If you like any of the images or any of the backgrounds, we can actually change. For example, if I just I'm liking this, either download or I can like I just want to change it is just 125 here. I just want to again change. Save, and I just want to refresh it. How it look like. Okay, this is. We want to run the main.py application. So now it is running on 5001 server. This is the port. Just want to change. Yeah, working perfectly fine. Yeah, we can directly give something images whatever we like this. So now what again where we are rendering all the data. So the same thing already we have did. So it's a keyword argument where we are holding all the post data, all post data, and we are going into this post preview. We are actually looking it for all the posts and posts. So where first what we have URL for show post index equal to post.id. The first thing it will be post.id, and then so there's so post we will be just checking it will be coming from post.html. So where when the index is equal to post.id, then we will be showing that post. So the H2 is like the title and the subtitle, and again posted by post.author, post.date, depending on what is data available. And we have this end. So if you see normal index.html as of now in the main content, here in the post preview, it is like directly the post.html we are it is referring to post.html, and all the titles and everything subtitles are not given. So here, and there are multiple dividers. The same thing, post preview, post preview, post preview. There are four. So instead of rewriting, we have actually what we did. We converted into one thing like in the for loop. We run the post, show post. So now if I just go to post.html, so again post.html also we have updated this one. So here it will be image.url. So the main difference here is, so whenever we click on a post, so the requested post it will be by default it will be called. So whenever we click on the post, it will this already we have the notation we have set. So we are passing the in the show post ID we are passing the index number. So the same thing in the index.html. So we are passing, we are calling the show post method, but we are passing the post ID. So we are passing the index equal to post.ad that we are rendering here. Depending on what is the index, it is like when our blog post ID is equal to index. Again, we are using the posts only. Request post equal to blog post. So in the for loop, there are three data. So whenever we are clicking on that button, so it will be rendered here, and it will be rendered using the post.html and the post.html. So before this, how the post.html look like is, so again all the header and footer, if we remove header and footer section, so it's like the h1 and the URL for assets, images. So post.image URL we can give h1 heading data like and post content. So if I just go back to my post.html, again URL we have given again post.image URL. So from the post we are getting image URL, and there we are entering title, subtitle, meta posted by metadata, and href is like post.author and post.date. So if I just go back here, like I just want to go to this one. Yes, title. As of now, there is no data and order. We can add that also, so that it will display. If we data and order, it won't display. So yeah, if I just click on this, posted by on, so there is no data available. So that's why there is no, whatever the data it is coming, it is coming as empty. So we can change our data in the API, and then we can actually. So let me try once. So this one. I haven't saved it, so I have to save it. What is correct only, right? Which by outcome posted by metadata is posted by post.auth. in the href, I think it is okay. Okay, it's not href. Fine. So again, the header.html, there is one thing we need to change again. Yeah, in the href it is like error for get all posts. Whenever we click on that item, so all this will be displayed like add add from header section. Let me see there and check how it appears. It is not getting author. I need to check. Oh, yeah. So again, this is a hyperlink. I think. Okay. So here everything we are rendering again. So the post dot body and we are using header.html and footer.html. So mainly what exactly we have done is again we have implemented what we learned in previous section. So yeah, so all this data footer header. So again program is just tinkering, so we don't need to memorize everything. Just if you know the concepts, and you can go back anytime and just Google it. Or but the main thing is like whenever to implement how we know we need to know how to implement and how to do all the modifications. So here we have taken a very straightforward template from blog like Boost itself, and then we have downloaded the template and we have modified accordingly. We have written very less code, but we have actually uh, created a website which is looking very beautiful, and we have all the like working links and all the working pages. Yeah. So even the hover section. So if you just hover over this, the everything is changing. So we haven't written anything. So any CSS or anything. So it's part of Bootstrap only. So this is how we have modified our blog from simple CSS to now using Bootstrap. We have modified everything. So just I will be checking why it is the other is not coming even it's updated. That's it for today.